You don't raise your children the way we do. I mean, a 9-year-old boy in Gaza is more of a man than a 25-year-old in America. You prolong adolescence to an absurd degree. You don't prioritize maturity, but at the same time, you sexualize your children very early. I mean, you've got like third graders twerking, and singing explicit song lyrics, and then you put that on social media for everyone to see. You're teaching kindergartners about sex, masturbation, about homosexuality and transgenderism. You think that prepubescent children can decide to have their genitals removed before they even know what they're actually for. You put little girls in beauty contests and try to turn them into, miniature Beyoncés and Cardi B's singing about WAP. I mean, 12%, I saw a study, 12% of 12-year-olds in the U.S. are already sexually active at 12. Now, 6.5% of them had actually already engaged in anal sex by the age of 12. The majority of sex offenders in the West victimize children, and they say about 90% of sexual assaults on children are never even reported. So imagine what the real numbers are. No, you have a pedophilia problem in the West. And no matter how much you wish you could, you can't shift that over to us. We're not going to help you justify your sickness.
Shalom, Kahala Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yashai, Ba'Shem Rukak Radash. Double honors my teachers, the apostles and elders of Israel. Peace and mercy to the elect, with the house of David reborn again in this generation. And Shalom to the 130 Yasharallah, who today are known as the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who before losing our true heritage, we were known as, and still are, the true Hebrew Israelites of the Holy Bible. In today's lesson, we're just going to go into the perverse nature of Edom being revealed. But before we get into that, let's read this. This is Nahum 3 and 6. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. And it shall come to pass that all that they that look upon thee shall flee from thee, and say, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bemourn her? Whence shall I seek comforters for thee? So you see, Esau, which is the biblical name for the Caucasian race, we also refer to them as Edom or the Edomites. Right? That's what they go by in the Bible. The Lord right now is revealing them for who they are. Just like in the past, right, where it was very popular, or it was a popular understanding that the Greeks were boy lovers, and then that followed on to the early Roman Empire, and then it now is re-emerging itself in the Empire of Edom, now that we're at the last stages of it. And I'm sure it was popular before, but now that the Lord is making it known, we're starting to see a lot more of it. Because prophecy has to come to pass, right? Because it tells us that the world is going to have to see who the wicked are that are currently ruling, and just what their wickedness is, right? Along with Esau just being deceived by his pride and his strength in the world, that he believes that he can actually bring out his sickness and make it a mainstream thing. This is why we're seeing this whole acceptance of, what do they call it, of MAPS, minor attracted persons. See, this is all an attempt by these Edomites to bring their fetishes and their perverseness out into the open, instead of having to hide and sneak around corners doing this stuff. Hence the whole Epstein Islands, the Washington D.C. sexual boy scandals. This is just Esau's MO that's being revealed. Right? What does it say? Let's read this. It says, the fact that little boys now do glamour shoots for magazines dressed in ladies' clothes is a damning indictment of just how far the West has fallen. This is the LGBT agenda in America and in our schools. And real quick, it's not an LGBT agenda. This is an Edomite agenda, okay? This is the perverse nature of these Edomites, right? They are wicked to the core. This is what they delight in, right? The wickedness and the perverse nature of flesh. This is Proverbs 17 and 15. He that justifieth the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. So you see, you have right now a lot of wickedness going on in the world in a sort of justification of what we're seeing. And I'm not going to share any videos, but I am going to post some of these images just so you can see what I'm talking about. We've all seen things like this. We've all seen these devils trying to bring out this wickedness and try to justify it as just some sort of expression or some sort of way for children to express themselves, when in fact all it is Esau reaching the heights of his wickedness. Okay, and this has all been made plain that these Edomites would do in the Bible. This is prophecy that these devils would reach the height of wickedness at the latter end of their empire, and that's where we're currently at. We are in the end days of the Edomite world empire, and this is why we're seeing all these craziness, right? From the rampant drug usage to the corruption in the economy, politics, to the destruction of the education system, to the straight out perverseness that I'm making this lesson on about today. This 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And that's what's happening now, right? We've already come out of the falling away, okay? The falling away has already happened. The Negro, Latino, Native Americans, we have lost our heritage. We have gone and been scattered into the four corners of the earth, and we've taken on new identities and nationalities which are not ours, okay? Now, the Lord is now reversing that, and He's bringing back the truth to who we are, and we're now coming back to our true lost heritage. So next, like the Messiah says, that the next part that would signify the end is here, is that the world would have to realize who the man of sin is, the son of perdition. Perdition meaning destruction. So right now, we're seeing it happen little by little, where these devils are being blamed for all the wickedness that they've done. And we're seeing this in anti-white rhetoric, white supremacy, bashing. See, a lot of people just think this is a attack upon white people, but ultimately what this is, it is the Spirit of the Lord turning against these Edomites instead of being for them. Because you see, for them to have raised in power and to fulfill their manifest destiny, as they so called it, the Lord had to be on their side. And this is because the Lord used these Edomites to be the punishment for the world, right? What does the scripture say? It says, save me from the wicked, which is thy sword, right? And these Edomites, they are the Lord's sword. Okay, this is why they were made the way they were. This is why they're so proficient in their weaponry and in their conquering skills. Okay, this is what the Lord wanted, right? He created a tool, and now the time for this tool is over now. This is Hebrews 12 and 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. And that's the thing. These Edomites, they're perverse in nature. And that's because they never were meant to be in a rulership state. The Lord never meant them to rule over the world. No. The Lord made these Edomites for a special purpose, and that's to bring sin upon the earth and to be an example for the world, to show them what would happen when the world was allowed to go into such depths of wickedness. Okay? The Edomites were made to purge out sin out of the world. And how were they going to do that? Well, by basically making the world go amok with wickedness. And now that we're there, the world is ready for a change, right? And that change is going to ultimately come in when the Lord brings forward the true world order, right? That's where the Lord comes back, destroys all the ruling powers of the world, and sets himself up along with us Israelites to rule over the world in righteousness according to the laws of the Bible. So I just wanted to make this lesson out here. I was going to make a quick hit today. just saw this video, thought this Ishmaelite made some great points, and declared it straight out that Esau has a pedophilia problem and that they can't hide it. Till next time, Makiam. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahshai B'Hashem Ruach HaKodesh. Shalom.